We're Group 5 and we're doing Emirates Airlines. I'm Hannah Witherell.
I'm Woodley Cadet.
I'm Ramirez.
And I'm Sophia Fiedler.
I'm here to give you a brief history on Emirates Airlines. Emirates dates back to October 25th, 1985, which means they're less than 30 years old. They're backed up by the Dubai royal family, which leased $10 million for their first two planes. This includes the Airbus 300 and the Boeing 737. The first year they carried 260,000 passengers, and within the first decade, they had a 30% growth increase. Okay, as far as their employees, they feel that their employees are the greatest asset to their business. With the leader of innovation, they're constantly changing their technologies and ways to do things better for each airline. With the environmental incentives, they're constantly giving back to their business as well as using fewer resources. And for the community, they are involved with the Dubai Conservation Reserve, which is dedicated to the preservation of the culture and heritage of the area and is the largest national protected park in Dubai. These are the statements for Emirates. The mission statement says we exist to deliver the world's best in-flight experience. And for the vision, as a strong and stable leadership team, ambitious yet calculated, decision-making and groundbreaking ideas all contributed to the creation of great companies. Here are some of the fleets that they use. They mostly use the Boeing and the Airbus, and they also have the Emirates A380. As far as executives, the chairman and CEO is Sheikh Ahmad bin Saad Al Maktoum, and the president is Tim Clark. As far as technology, they feel that they have the best in-flight amenities, also some of the planes that they use, and they use biofuel, which is good for the environment. And there's also a video that shows the tour through the executive jet plane.
Experience the exclusive luxury of Emirates Executive, your private jet from the world's best airline. We dedicate our exceptional service beyond our first-class experience to fly you personally around the world. We offer you and your guests the ultimate comfort of our private suites with flatbed seats and personal space to relax. Your own shower, spa and bathroom, a haven of relaxation with luxury spa products to refresh and rejuvenate. And sumptuous fine dining with international cuisine to suit your personal tastes.
Currently, Emirates' marketing strategy, they're using a new campaign called Hello Tomorrow. In Hello Tomorrow, Emirates is not just offering a way to connect people from A to point B, but it's a catalyst to connect people's hopes, dreams, and aspirations. It is about inspiring people to greet tomorrow's unlimited potential. Hello is a greeting and an invitation to a person, place, or experience. Tomorrow is a time, a place, or a state of mind. The unlimited possibility of the future. Currently across the world, online, and in magazines, this campaign is being shown. Up next, on the next slide this is 3 of the campaigns that are right now across the world on billboards. You can see all of them are very modern and young because they're trying to attract that younger crowd. Go. Now moving on to some other marketing strategies. Emirates continues to evolve from a travel brand to a global lifestyle brand. They are extending an invitation to try the unfamiliar, create new ideas, and form new visions. They have focused on the amount of digital activity, including social media. They're trying to attract a younger generation. They use a lot of Facebook, YouTube, and other sources that will bring a younger generation in. Emirates is constantly creating new market campaigns. One that we have up here is the Kids Go Free. With the Kids Go Free campaign, with an adult flying in Emirates, the child would be able to fly free. Not only would they fly free, but they also would get free admissions to many attractions within Dubai. So Emirates, along with Dubai, were pairing up in order for this marketing campaign. They also participate in a lot of sponsorships with sports, arts, culture, and education. This gives a good name for Emirates and more recognition for the world to know who they are. With the Kids Go Free, they gained almost 20,000 passengers from 70 countries, and they expanded to that younger family generation that they would like. So now moving on to our SWOT analysis, we're going to start off with strengths. One of Emirates' biggest strengths is that they're backed by Dubai's government, and this is why they do get a lot of criticism, but for Emirates it's a really good thing because they have so much money coming in from their government. They also have very high return and demand, which is very beneficial for them, and also they are very advanced in technology. They have the newest fleets, so their planes are the most fuel efficient. Also, they have a very strong workforce of 50,000 employees. These employees are very loyal and they're going to stay with Emirates for a long time. They're also constantly growing. They're flying to new destinations. They have new hubs and new planes. And some of their weaknesses are they're not very diverse. They cater to an upper class market, and so with that, the middle class and low class aren't being forgotten, but it's just not really who they're targeting. They have very high ticket prices because they do offer a lot of luxury. They're not a member of any global alliance, and they also have intense competition with low-cost carriers as well as luxury carriers. Now moving on to opportunities. They have a lot of room for opportunity in products and service expansion. There's new products coming out and new services, and they can expand on that, as well as they are allies to global airline alliances, which gives them a lot of opportunity to grow and more international destinations. For example, they just got a new location in Milan, the Philippines, and Brisbane, and they're going to continue to get these new locations. Now moving on to threats. Like I mentioned before, the competition is a major threat. There's so many different carriers that are competing with them, especially low-cost carriers, because when financials come in, people are going to go with a low-cost carrier because luxury isn't the first thing on their minds. Also, economic slowdowns. When the economy slows down, like I mentioned, people aren't going to fly luxury. They're going to go with a low-cost carrier. And then, like every airline, they're facing increasing fuel costs, which really affects them because with Emirates last year, it was 45% of their overall cost. And now here's Brandon with the top 3 competitors.
All right, thank you, Hannah. And my name's Brandon. I'm going to be talking to you guys about some of our major competitors here. First on the list is Lufthansa, operating almost 400 subsidiaries and affiliated companies. The global aviation group runs Europe's largest passenger airline. It operates a fleet of more than 700 aircraft, flying passengers to some 280 destinations in more than 100 different countries worldwide, not counting those served by code-sharing. Also, Wolfgang member May Ruber, the CEO of Lufthansa, notes that it took 40 years for Lufthansa to build up its fleet of 30 Boeing 747s in Germany, which is one of the world's largest economies. Emirates already flies 15 A380s, and the world's largest passenger airliners has ordered more than 75 or more deliveries by 2018. Air France, Lufthansa, and British Airways combined have ordered 39 A380s, and among them, only 8 are flying. So that just gives you an idea of how Emirates stands against all of his other competitors. Second competitor is Air France. Air France and KLM represent years of French and Dutch airline tradition, but Air France KLM represents the first holding company made up of 2 national airlines. Together, Air France and KLM is the second largest airline in Europe after the Dutch Lufthansa and one of the largest in the world. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about some labor relations. The first one is immigration issues. All non-UAE nationals will be required to have an employment visa, just like you would here. The employment contracts, all employees are entitled to a written contract of employment. Some of those areas are salary, date of employment contract, commencement date of employment term, the nature of the employee's contract, especially whether it's fixed or open-ended, the job description, the term of contract, and the location of the employment. So now about the termination. The labor law provides the initial period of an employment to be classified as the probationary period. The probationary period can be up to 6 months, and during this period, the employer may just terminate the employee immediately. So basically, you have 6 months to show whether you're worth it to keep or not, just like you would here. Working hours, the maximum working hours for an employee is 8 hours per day, just like here as well. The employees are entitled to a rest break after 5 consecutive hours of work. The employee benefits, employees are entitled to 30 calendar days of paid vacation after they have been employed for over a year. There is roughly an equivalent to 22 working days.
Some current issues going on with Emirates right now is government assistance. Since Emirates does receive government assistance, a lot of European and U.S. carriers are crying wolf, per se, because they believe it's unfair that they don't have to pay taxes and whatnot. American Airlines actually went as far as going on their Twitter and tweeting about Emirates in a negative way. They recently had a marketing sponsorship with the Commonwealth Games. They carried the Queen of Scotland's baton to 22 different Commonwealth countries. They also partnered up with American Express just recently for their Sky Rewards program. American Express is really a luxury brand credit card, and so is Emirates. It is a luxury brand carrier. Fuel costs. This is really a current issue going on in the airline industry and really in every industry. Emirates claimed that fuel costs were 38% of their cost for this first part of the fiscal year. And they made a history-making Boeing order just about 3 days ago. They placed an order for 100 Boeing 777s. This is a state-of-the-art airplane with all the amenities and the luxuries that anyone could want. This order is going to cost $30 billion, and it is the largest order that Boeing has ever received. So for the financial structure of Emirates, it's quite unique to any other carrier. This is the 25th consecutive year that this company has made a profit. According to the 2012 annual report, their revenue was $19.9 billion in US dollars. This figure increased 17.4%. In addition, their net profit was $622 million US dollars, and their cash in hand at the end of the fiscal year was $6.7 billion US dollars. Some strategic recommendations for this company that they're implementing right now. The first one they're calling Flying Smart. Of course, this is all about fuel-saving techniques and using fuel-efficient aircraft. The company expects that the price of jet fuel will reach $130 per barrel. So really, they're just trying to stay innovative and ahead of the time so that they don't fall behind the curve and this cost become larger than it already is. The second is the Dubai International Airport, which of course is where their headquarters is located. This is the second busiest airport in the world because of this company. They're really calling this the double-edged sword because they're very happy that it's the second busiest airport in the country or in the world. It has, I think I read online, 58 million passengers a day dealt with through customs and immigration. But the airport is just not large enough. So they're having a lot of capacity and traffic issues. So to wrap it up, some of the long-term goals for Emirates would definitely be more strategic partnerships. Their number one partnership that is fairly new is with Qantas, which is an Australian-based carrier who's also all about luxury and innovation. Of course, managed costs, fuel costs being so high, labor, whatnot. New technology, better guest service, and ultimately to go along with their mission statement to become the leading airline company both domestically and internationally. Right now, they're, according to their annual report, they're doing something called Stay in the Moment but Plan for the Future. This is quick, decisive decision making. This strategy and experience helps them plan for the uncertainty and the challenges of the airline industry. We're Group 5, and I thank you guys for flying with us.